Did you know that over 60% of engine wear occurs the moment you first start your car? That's right. Most engines don't wear out during high speeds or long journeys. Instead, they break down due to small mistakes drivers make every morning when they turn the key or push the start button. The truth is, what you do in those first 30 seconds can decide whether your engine will last 100,000 miles or 500,000. We'll explain how to keep your car running like new for decades. Let's get started. Mistake number 11. Accelerating immediately after starting. Many people love the roar of their engines. That's why the first thing they do is accelerate. However, this is one of the worst things you can do. When you first start your car, the oil is cold and hasn't yet circulated throughout the engine. This means all the moving parts, like pistons, valves, and bearings, are rubbing together with minimal lubrication. Accelerating at this time creates excessive friction and wear. Instead, especially in cold weather, let the car idle for at least 30 seconds. Mistake 10. Ignoring warning lights when starting. We've all seen those mysterious dashboard lights flashing when we start the car. But the real problem is, most drivers don't even notice them. Big mistake. These lights aren't just for decoration. They're a built-in system check. Each warning light should illuminate briefly as a system check when you first turn the key. If you ignore them and drive off without paying attention, you could miss an urgent signal like low oil pressure or a faulty alternator. Those who skip this step are gambling with their car's life. Mistake 9. Starting the car with the accessories on. Another silent killer is leaving your headlights, air conditioning, or sound system on while starting the car. Your starter motor is already drawing a large surge of electricity from the battery when you turn the key. If your lights, radio, and air conditioning fan are running at the same time, you're putting unnecessary strain on the battery and alternator. Over time, this weakens the battery faster and stresses the electrical components. Always turn off the accessories before turning the ignition. Mistake 8. Holding the key in the start position for too long. We've all been there. We held the key in for a bit too long because we weren't sure the engine was running. However, this minor mistake can have major consequences. Holding the key in for too long causes the starter motor to rub against the flywheel. This not only damages the starter gears, but also jolts the engine violently, putting strain on the engine mounts and bearings. Replace a starter once, and you'll feel the sting in your wallet. The correct way is simple. Turn the key just until the engine starts. Then release it immediately. For push-button cars, don't hold it down. Just press it and let the system handle it, and your engine will run smoothly for years. Mistake 7. Pressing the accelerator while starting. In the days of carburetors, drivers of old would press the accelerator pedal while starting the car because it helped fuel the engine. However, with modern fuel injection, this is completely unnecessary and actually harmful. Pressing the accelerator pumps extra fuel into the combustion chamber, creating a very rich mixture. This excess fuel wears down the thin protective film of oil on the cylinder walls. This not only causes harder starts but also accelerates wear and tear on your engine. Trust the computer. It knows exactly how much fuel the engine needs. Mistake 6. Taking frequent short trips. If you constantly run your car for short trips, you're actually damaging your engine. Why? Because your engine never reaches proper operating temperature. This means moisture and unburned fuel get trapped in the oil and exhaust system. The solution is simple. Combine errands with longer trips, or occasionally take your car for a 20 to 30 minute drive to let everything burn off and warm up completely. Mistake 5. Trying to restart a dead engine over and over. We've all been there. You turn the key, and the engine won't start. Instinctively, you keep turning it over and over, hoping it will eventually start. But this can be extremely harmful. It breaks down the protective oil film and chokes the spark plugs. If a mechanic doesn't start it in 3 tries, you're not fixing it. You're ruining it. He said, "Give your car a break. Otherwise, you risk having bigger problems than just a lack of starting. Single quote. Mistake 4. Starting with the steering wheel turned all the way to one side. This is one of those hidden mistakes that almost no one talks about. When you start your car with the steering wheel turned all the way to the left or right, you put maximum pressure on the power steering pump when your engine is at its weakest. This heavy load strains your engine before the oil can fully circulate. A smarter approach is to always start with the steering wheel straight ahead and turn it after the engine has stabilized. This is a simple adjustment that can save on costly repairs. Mistake 3. Running with old or low viscosity engine oil. An overlooked starting killer is old, dirty, or low viscosity oil. When oil loses its thickness, it can't form a protective film on metal surfaces. This means your pistons, valves, and bearings rub together with little to no protection during startup. Old oil also absorbs dirt and sludge, which rubs into the engine like sandpaper. The solution is easy. Stick to regular oil changes and always use the correct viscosity recommended by your manufacturer. It's the cheapest insurance you can buy for your engine's life. Mistake 2. Starting the car in gear. One of the most dangerous mistakes for manual drivers is trying to start the car while it's in gear. This not only causes the car to unexpectedly jump forward or reverse, but also puts unnecessary strain on the starter motor and clutch. This sudden jolt forces the engine to fight against the wheels. Over time, this weakens the clutch lining. A little habit can prevent years of damage. Mistake 1. Starting with low battery power. Many drivers don't realize how detrimental a weak battery can be to their engine. When your battery dies, the starter motor struggles, causing the engine to rev slowly and erratically. These hard starts mean incomplete combustion, raw fuel entering the exhaust, and added stress to the starter motor itself. Doing this enough can lead to fouled spark plugs, worn starter motors, and carbon buildup inside the engine. This isn't just an electrical problem, it directly affects engine health. Replace or recharge the battery before it damages other expensive components. That's all for this video. The truth is, most people don't destroy their engines with a single major mistake. It's the small, daily habits during operation that silently consume the life of an engine. By breaking these bad habits and taking care of those first few seconds, you can easily add years to your engine's life and save thousands of dollars in repairs.